Well, it's story time again. This one is by request. I like to call it the Great Bear Incident of 2010. Um, and as the name suggests, this story is about hiking, bears, and my own special flavor of absolute dumbassery. Um, I love the Blue Ridge Parkway. My whole life as a child, I'm always wanted to live near the Parkway since the first time my grandparents took me to see it when I was like 8. It's been a lifelong dream, and when I turned 50, I was able to buy a house up this way, and so it made that dream come true 5 decades in the making. But long before I got this place, every chance I got on the weekend, I would drive up to the Parkway and explore. And the Parkway, if you've never been, is riddled with these little places where you can pull off the road and overlooks that you can see these fantastic views and vistas. And almost all of the overlooks have signs pointing to this or that trail, so you can actually go deeper into the wilderness and do a little bit of exploring. Now, me, when I go onto the trails, I like to promptly get off the trail. I call it off-roading. Just step away from the trail, and there's me in the wilderness. And the funny thing about that is, if you put me in town, yeah, I'm hopeless with directions. But some genetic memory, I guess, triggers when I'm in the woods, and I have never had any problem. I'll sometimes stay off the trail for, even overnight, and never have any problem finding my way back to the car. I don't really know what the difference is. Maybe it's concrete. Too much of it messes with I don't know. But this particular day, I had packed up the car with some basic supplies, some trail mix and some water and hiking staff. I had my hat on. My go-to hat at that time was a baseball cap. I said, "Scars are tattoos with better stories." That's a very true statement, I think. I have a hat on. I had this old Nikon Rebel camera, and I fancied myself something of an enthusiastic amateur nature photographer. I'd take pictures of birds and snakes and toads and waterfalls. What my favorites were the waterfalls, but I mean, anything caught my eye, I would capture it in the camera lens and take a snapshot of it. So on this particular day, I was off-roading, and I heard sounds of movement in the forest ahead of me, and some kind of wildlife. Couldn't see it at the time, but I crept closer, kind of got in stealth mode, which is also kind of funny because I'm 6.5 feet tall, so me going into stealth mode is kind of like a bull elephant going into stealth mode. Not really all that stealthy, but stealthy-ish, sort of. So I creep closer to the source of the noise, a little closer, and then there it was, a baby bear. And my brain, I love animals, right? But baby animals especially. Who doesn't love cute baby animals? So my brain just explodes, and there's this internal monologue that I have absolutely no control over, and it goes something. This is what's playing in my head at this point. It's like,
Oh my God, there's a baby bear. Look at that cute baby bear. He's so gorgeous. I just can't get it out. And he's playing with a fern. And oh, now he's knocking over a hosta. And look, he's grabbing at his little back toe beans. And it's so cute. It's the best thing ever. And the whole time that this is playing in my head, I'm, of course, looking at the world through the viewfinder of the camera and snapping pictures as fast and furiously as I possibly can. I am sure that you see the problem that I missed, but we'll get to that in a minute. So, baby bear, camera, me, I'm creeping closer, trying to get, the perfect angle and the perfect shot. And I come across, there's a 6-foot embankment that leads down to this little stream. And I'm thinking, man, if I can just get down this embankment and then I'll be right there, eye level with the little baby bear, and I can take his picture and it'll be the best thing. So I do that very slowly, stealth mode, remember. Ease down this 6-foot embankment. Now I'm standing in opposite this little narrow stream from baby bear. And he's only like 10 feet away. I mean, I got the perfect bead on baby bear. And I'm taking pictures and he's handing it up for the camera, it seemed like. And then, why is one of baby bear's feet way bigger though? And then it all clicks together, that problem that you probably saw right off the bat that totally escaped my brain. Mama bear, where there's baby bear, mama bear probably isn't too far away. And for reasons unknown, my short-circuited brain didn't even think about that. So very slowly, seeing this ginormous foot in the frame of my camera lens, very slowly, I take the camera down from my eye, and there's baby bear, and standing right next to baby bear on her hind legs is mama bear. Now, these are black bears, and I'm 6.5 feet tall. So in reality, I'm probably actually slightly taller than mama bear on her hind legs. And you know what? That didn't matter at all. Like, not at all. In that moment, mama bear on her hind legs, reared up, head kind of cocked to one side, snarling at me. And the realization that the only thing separating me and mama bear was this pathetic, like, foot-wide stream with maybe 8 inches of water in it and like 10 feet that she could probably close in about a second and a half. At that moment, my brain started to function normally again and said, if you don't leave immediately, you're going to die here. You are going to die here. And I shit you not, that 6-foot embankment, I parkoured up that thing, took me 2 steps. First step, planted my foot roughly in the middle of the embankment through the loamy earth, so foot planted firmly in there to create a little toe hold for traction, and then second step was up over the bank and gone. Lost my hat, dropped my camera, didn't care, wasn't going back for it. Yeah, fortunately, she was more interested in staying close to baby bear than bothering to chase me up the embankment. I made it back to my car, out of breath and shaking, and
once I got myself under control, uh, I drove back home, and that was the end of the uh, Blue Ridge Parkway exploration for that trip, for sure. Don't do that. Don't be a dumbass like me.
If you thought this was a fun little story and want to hear more like this, please consider hitting the like and subscribe button as it will help me tremendously and enable me to continue making more content like this. Thank you.